Hello, my friend, and welcome to my channel. Happy birthday, Tammy. And this is an Instagram collaboration hosted by Tinkerbell 1970s and Grid Queen. Our theme was teal and sunflowers. I've already got on Take Your Base Protective Top Coat from Bases Loaded Lacquer. And this is Defiantly Darling by China Glaze. It's an oldie but a goodie. Beautiful teal metallic polish. So we're going to get this on our nails, and then we're going to get busy with the decals. I'm going to do some sunflower decals to add to this. Back to that skinny brush with the China Glaze. So glad they stopped doing that. I'm not happy with this skinny brush. You know, the polishes, I think back in the day, we used to complain about, well, this really didn't have a good formula, and I think the brush had a lot to do with that. I've noticed that with the new fatter brushes, I like the formulas of China Glaze way better. I got my IMK Nails cleanup brush out. I've got just a touch over here. There we go. I am going to go in for a second coat of Defiantly. What was it? Defiantly Daring. I wanted to say darling. I don't know why. Anyway, here we go. Going to top coat it with the Pro FX Quick Dry Top Coat and get it to start drying down. And while it's doing that, we're going to hop on in and do our decals. Isn't that pretty? Love this color. Capping that free edge. Here we go. There's my swatch photo of it on its own. And today I've got out a bunch of plates. Maniology M179, Beauty Big Bang XL024, and another Beauty Big Bang. And this one is XL022. So many sunflowers. I'll be using Maniology's Orange Dream and Xenia and Coconut and a bunch of stampers. We got all kind of stampers out here. So here we go. We're just going to get started. Now I'm stamping these out in the using Coconut, and then I'm going to fill them in using the yellow and the orange. I will clean these plates later. I don't know if I show y'all that, but I am going to end up cleaning them with some acetone. So right now I'm just getting them all, you know, swatched out onto them stampers. Now this is a rather long video today because this manicure morphed. Well, there were a lot of steps to it, but then in the very end it ends up morphing because I wasn't happy with how it looked. Been there, done that, huh? Yes, we have. There we go. Yep, cleaning those stamping plates off with pure acetone. Get them all nice and clean. Wiping them with a lint-free wipe. I've also decided to add Maniology's Coconut, or Cocoa into the mix. Because most sunflowers have those like brown and black seeds in the, center of them. So I realized I needed to pull out another color. So I'm just using my Maniology little detail brush here, and I'm just filling this in with that nice chocolatey color. Beautiful. I love this color. It's funny when I look on my stamping polishes, when I'm looking for something, I'm always surprised to see things that I'd forgotten I owned. This was one of them. So I am putting it on kind of thick, just not too thick, but it's very opaque, and I want to make sure it's covering really well. So while I've got that chocolate cocoa brown out on my mat, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that color on all three stampers, and that's what makes this video longer, is I'm showing you all of the steps, all of the, like normally if I'm doing a manicure where they're all matchy-matchy, I can just show y'all me filling in one. But since they're all different images, I figured I'd just take you along on the ride and show you all of it. But I figured doing it this way, you know, you guys would get a real good idea if y'all were doing it yourselves at home, you know. And this, actually, this one I'm painting right now, I didn't do a very good scrape because the center is almost covered up with the coconut color. But it's okay. I'm going to roll on with it. Just, you know, what peeks through. And we'll get through it. Getting down to the bottom of that. I hope I have enough to finish this one. I think I do. I don't like putting too much out on the mat. It dries out quick. Okay, so now on to the, I believe this is Orange Dream. And I'm just doing like little swoops, swishes with the orange. And I loved how the actual decals turned out. But we'll get to the part I ended up having to fix here in a minute. While I'm filling these in, I'm going to do a little yakking. I will have links down below for everybody that's participating over on Instagram for the Happy Birthday, Miss Tammy. And I will also have a hashtag. Typically, I normally do get a hashtag. It might pop up later. But if you don't want to go click on everybody individually, you could just go click on that hashtag, and anybody that's already posted with that hashtag, their pictures will pop up, and you won't have to go but to one place and scroll through them. I always love doing collaborations because I love seeing everybody's take on a theme, and I just think it's just way fun. So there we go. Looking good, looking good. We've almost got this one ready. And then now I'm going to do a little bit of orange on this other sunflower image. This one's kind of tiny. I'm just kind of dotting in some orange here. And then it's funny that the yellow polish that I'm fixing to be using is called Xenia, whatever you want to call it. Now, some of my footage cut out on that, but I'm just still using that detail brush and filling it all in with yellow because the orange is already down, so the yellow won't bother that. Isn't that cool? And some yellow on this one. Also, by doing all three stampers like this, it gives each color a chance to dry a bit before you start in with the next color. And that way you're not, you know, muddying up the colors. They're not bleeding on each other and getting all distorted and everything. So that's another reason why I like to do that. It also helps save with how many drops of polish you need to put out on your mat, because I'm telling you, that stuff dries quick while you're trying to get your images filled in. I absolutely adore doing these like reverse stamps, advanced stamping. I just really enjoy that they're so three-dimensional and just so many pops of color. You can just do so much with them. Alrighty, so that one's done. Let's go back to this one. And this one I just decided, this is another way you can do these. Just take the brush, and as long as that polish is mostly dry underneath there, you're okay to do this. It's not going to mess them up. I would just recommend definitely make sure they're kind of dry before you do this. There we go. Gotta fill it in. Check it out. Looking good. So I am going to go over all of these decals with a little bit of this Wet n Wild Clear. This is just a habit. You don't have to do this. You could just let them sit and dry. But it's part of my habit because I don't know if I'm going to get back to them immediately when they're ready, or if they're going to be a little more dry. This Wet n Wild Clear keeps them more pliable for longer. And if you do have to do them like the night before and you need to come back to it the next day, I would just do another very thin coat of this Wet n Wild Clear over the decal to kind of rehydrate it, make it more pliable again. And then just let it kind of sit and dry just a little bit. Kind of got a drop fell off my wand onto the stamper. I'm going to use the Maniology Sticky Base on my nails that I'm going to apply the decals to. And I just do a thin coat. It's not even like a regular coat. It's very thin. And I don't wait like a specific amount of time or anything before I hop in there with it. I know that some people do. They wait, 5 minutes or whatever. I don't do that. And there we go. We're going to mush that down. And I do a lot of mushing and manipulating with my fingertip, trying to make sure it's smooth and sticking to the nail. I'm going to get out my little thread nipper scissors and trim some of this off. Doing this kind of trim just really helps me with the cleanup. If I can get to it. If I can get to the side. And what I love about these little scissors, you can use them right-handed or left-handed. Works out just fine. Gonna get a little bit more trimming in here. And I really, really enjoy this. I know this looks like way too much work for a lot of people. You don't have to do, I'm doing 3 accent nails today. You could do 1. Just do 1. Make 1 decal, put it on your favorite accent fingernail, and, you don't have to go crazy. Or, hey, you could go even crazier than me and do all of them. It is up to you and what you feel like doing. I like manicures that have extra steps to it. I've got lots of manicures that were really in detail. I mean, it took a long time to do, and I loved them. I loved looking down and seeing that artwork on my nails. I'm sick like that. So you see I'm going around the edges, and I use the flat side of my brush across the end of my nail, and that just helps melt it to the nail. And then I run down the side, and that also helps melt the decal down into your base nail polish. Kind of makes it, it's kind of like glue. And then I go across the end some more. And I do not like blobs of polish under my nails, so I do brush that out and then try to clean it up with the side of my brush, or the, just the brush. I try to use the brush to clean as much of that up as I can. And this was kind of a messy one. I mean, got that teal polish, and then all these other colors. So it was quite a bit of cleanup here. All right, so there we go. And now to get this one on the nail. Yay, it's stuck. Mushing it down with my finger. It's sticking good. And I do use a cuticle tool sometimes to go around the edges like I am here, and just kind of break off, cut off the excess, the overhang. This does not hurt. It is in no way hurting. Oh, got a piece stuck under my finger. But here we go. Back with the cuticle tool. What it is it's just a flat, straight edge. It's not sharp. This isn't a knife. It's a cuticle tool. And I don't think this is actually what it was made for, but that's what I use it for. And then, of course, I'm going to get my scissors out and trim off this excess off the end, so I don't have to keep cleaning it up with acetone, because that would take a while. Come on, get it. I think I got it that time. Alright, dial you in so you can see the cleanup. So you can see I'm not bleeding. I'm not red from using that cuticle tool. Tap, tap, tap across the end. Digging it. Get that cleanup done. And my brush is a little wetter than normal. With decals, I do let the acetone kind of flood my cuticles a little bit. It helps soften up that thick, because that decal is pretty thick. That's, a couple of layers of polish and top coat. But then when I get down to this nitty-gritty cleaning, this part, I go back to my more dry brush. With just, I dip it in the acetone and then tap it on a paper towel. Alright, I think we're getting close. There we go. I'm going to top these with the Maniology Smudge Free Top Coat. Get that to dry down. There we go. And once that's dry, I'll be using Moonshine Manny's Let's Go Top Coat. And you would think this would be the end of it, and it should have been. But, wait, there's more. I'll explain here in just a second. So here is a swatch photo of what it looks like. I wasn't real happy with it. So I'm going to use Bases Loaded Lacquer on the black, and I'm going to go over all of these and outline them in black. They just didn't pop enough for me. And I have to tell you, it was the right move. After I do this step to all of the nails and get them finished up again, top coated and all that jazz, I loved this manicure. It just brought it for me. So, there you go. My excuse, my reasoning, all of it. But I am going to show me doing all of them. And it wasn't nothing to break the plates back out and do, stamp 3 nails. It was, the hardest part was just lining them up. And I'm not the best at that, but I'm getting better, I think. There we go. I mean, it's just like night and day. The manicure went from being to ooh. Alright, so here we go with the last one. And I do apologize for the super long video. Guys, I really do try to keep it real and keep it, shorter, sweeter, just the info you might want or need. But, this one, it was a lot to begin with, but then when I decided I needed to do more, I just had to do more. And you guys, I told y'all a long time ago, I share everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the changes, all of it. Alright. So I'm hopping in with a piece of tape again, cleaning up around my cuticles. I did put on some Burt's Bees, so that stuff's coming off of my skin really well. Very nice. Easy peasy. And then we're going to go in with our cleanup brush. Some more easiness here. Get it all straightened up. There we have it. I am going to just straight up top these with some Seche Vite. I didn't use my smudge free or anything. I just jumped right in with it. And that is going to be it for this manicure. Yay! Here's my swatch photo. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself.